Hello, well it's finally here. Aliens Fireteam Elite soundtrack by Austin Wintory. You know, ever since the game first came out in 2021, I've been eagerly awaiting the release of Wintory's score. It beautifully captures the in-game play and how the atmosphere is captured from one scene to the next. The action in the game, captured via third person, is complemented in many ways by Wintory's aleatoric and thematic skills. This is an exciting score and one which I immediately gravitated towards. Now hearing it, and this release is significant for another reason, because it also contains music from the downloadable content, the DLC Pathogen, which has only just come out in 2022. So yeah, really exciting, and I admire Wintory's creativity, the way that he applies himself. The slap tongue flute solos of Sarah Andon are most noteworthy. We hear some bassoon, tuba as well. I love the bassoon. So and it's interesting because even though the two viewings I had of Alien 3, very little about that music stood out to me, other than it's a long sad story, 4-note theme in there. There's actually a lot of contrabassoon and bassoon in that score, so it's nice to have that continuity as well. Well, I would say more just as sort of bringing out quality that Wintory. See, the thing is, he applies himself very carefully to the material. He applies both thought and emotion to something which, on the whole, requires a level of craft, feeling, and ultimately execution, which is becoming a lost art these days. So to hear woodwinds, brass, percussion, and synthesizers as creatively employed as they are here is a delight. It actually makes me want to play the game again, and I have put a fair few hours into this. I've got I think it's over 75% completion towards the platinum. It probably won't be a game that I'll platinum because there are two difficulty modes in there, extreme and insane, which just put me off it. I think intense is enough, really. I mean, no need to be a masochist when it comes to difficulty. I haven't bothered with the DLC much in the game because I refused to pay for it. When I bought the game in 2021, it was £35 and quite short, so I think the developers could have done Pathogen as a free DLC, but that's neither here nor there. What we're really talking about today is Wintory's soundtrack, and that is incredible. I love how the theme, la 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 la, it's just instantly catchy and its own thing. See, the thing about the Alien legacy in terms of soundtracks is it doesn't so much evolve as kind of devolve. And I mean that in a positive sense, because Jerry Goldsmith did something entirely different from James Horner, and yes, there were elements of an early Goldsmith score in there, Freud, and Elliot Goldenthal did something completely off the map. Bait and Chase remains, in Alien 3, one of the weirdest action cues ever done. The combination of what sounds like an elephant gone berserk and a bat flapping its wings. You know, he uses sounds rather than themes, so he creates an ambience. Some of it works quite well, although I think the penultimate track in that is rather clumsy in terms of its transitions between triumph and tragedy and so forth. John Frizzle's Alien Resurrection was more of an action score with atmospheric undercurrents, but Aliens Fireteam Elite doesn't really seem to tap into what Frizzle did too much. In fact, the action music is quite unique in terms of the overall Alien legacy because it's its own unique thing, and I applaud that. And again, it gives the opportunity for different composers to have like their own take on it. It's not like the Predator franchise, which if you don't include those themes, well, you wind up with Prey by Sarah Schachner, and I'll come to that in a later video. So, Aliens Fireteam Elite, it's finally here, and I hope that this continues the trend of releasing important music, because there are a lot of scores out there that have yet to be released, both in films, video games and television, and they need to get into the digital domain, CDs, even vinyl, which are still popular. I'd love to see Deep Red by Gary Chang, Surviving the Game by Stuart Copeland, and absolutely anything by Terry Plumery would be marvellous. But for today, Aliens Fireteam Elite by Austin Wintory, which I've already given 5 out of 5 stars. You can check out my psychedelic review. I'll include that at the end of this review, so you can pause it and have a little read. I thoroughly enjoyed this score. It makes me want to revisit the game, and that's never a bad thing. For more film and soundtrack reviews, please visit Betty Jo Tucker's website, Real Talk Movie Reviews. On Facebook you can find my pages, Hip-Notic Movie Reviews and Hip-Notic Soundtrack Reviews. I'm Richard Jack Smith, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.